Are you looking for the best RAM for gaming? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best RAM for gaming on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. G.Skill Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000. 2x16GB. It's hard to find reasons not to like the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C30. The memory kit works immaculately out of the box and offers solid performance. That alone is enough to win the majority of buyers over. Looks, as usual, are subjective, but you can't dispute the Trident Z5 RGB's premium exterior. Like its competition, G.Skill uses SK Hynix MDICS for the memory kit, so some tweaking headroom is left in memory modules. DDR5 pricing still fluctuates, but current DDR5 6000C30 memory kits start at $159.99. When you consider that, suddenly, the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C30's $179.99 price tag doesn't look that awful. You're still paying the adopter tax for DDR5, but the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C30 has proven to be a formidable memory kit, especially for AMD's 600 series platform. There will ultimately be faster memory kits down the road, but in the meantime, the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C30 is as good as it gets. Number 2. G.Skill Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000, 2x16GB. The numbers speak for themselves. The G.Skill Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C36 is one of the fastest DDR5 memory kits that money can buy. It also has the best timings that you can find on a DDR5 6000 memory kit. The usage of Samsung's BDI integrated circuits means that the Trident Z5 RGB memory can run at tight timings even beyond the proclaimed DDR5 6000. As always, your ceiling will depend on the silicon lottery and how much voltage you're willing to pump into the memory. While the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C36 looks good and performs even better, it has an eye-watering price tag that could scare even enthusiasts with the deepest of pockets. At $489.99, the memory kit certainly merits extra meditation before pulling the trigger. But if you've already decided on picking a high-speed DDR5 memory kit for your older Lake system, the Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 6000C36 will serve you well. Number 3. Samsung DDR5 4800, 2x16GB. The Samsung DDR5 4800C40 memory modules deliver on the performance front for consumers looking for baseline performance, which you can install and forget. While lacking in looks, the Samsung DDR5 4800 memory has unstinted overclocking headroom. That's the memory's most vital attribute. You can hit high frequency with tight timings. The Samsung DDR5 4800 memory will not leave a sour taste in your mouth if you want to try your hand at BDI overclocking. Our sample got to DDR5 5800C36. One of the better configurations by DDR5's standards. Of course, your overclocking mileage will vary, making the Samsung DDR5 4800 memory one of those high-risk, high-reward products. Samsung's DDR5 4800C40 memory module retails for $153.26 at New E. It's important to highlight that this is consumer pricing, not IT pricing. A dual-channel setup will set you back $306.52. DDR5 pricing is still fluctuating, but DDR5 4832GB, 2x16GB, memory kits currently start at $273.99. So the Samsung memory kit is moderately more expensive. But if you want to get your hand on some cheap DDR4 overclocking, These memory modules are the way to go. Number 4. Team Group T4 Extreme RGB DDR4 3600, 2x8GB. Team Group did a great job with the Extreme RGB DDR4 3600 C14 memory kit. It certainly ticks all the right boxes. The memory kit looks fantastic when lit up or powered down and performs equally well. The Extreme RGB is the fastest DDR4 3600 C14 memory kit that we've tested so far. The memory market only has a handful of DDR4 3600 C14 memory kits at the 16GB, 2x8GB. capacity. And with a price tag of $169.99, the Extreme RGB is the least expensive of them all. So the only gripe we have with is with its availability. Unfortunately, New E is currently the only retailer that lists the memory kit, so it could be challenging to find. Number 5. Patriot Viper Steel DDR4 4400. 2x8GB. For those with a board that can handle its top speed and games or workloads that can take advantage of it, Patriot's Viper Steel DDR4 4400 16GB kit is an excellent high-performance option that also skips RGB. Keeping the kit simple has allowed Patriot to equip the Viper Steel with enhanced timings that dramatically boost the performance of specific programs, including some games. Since the market for pure gaming rigs and focused builds designed for singular tasks is still competitive, the Viper Steel DDR4 4400 sits comfortably in this niche. Number 6. Patriot Viper RGB DDR4 3600, 2x8GB. Patriot bucks the trend of pairing cosmetic features with mainstream dynamics, instead of pushing data rates up to 4133 MHz, MHz, on its Viper RGB. As a result, this DDR4 3600 kit is only $10 more than the white lead version and several dollars cheaper than competing products with similar latency. That makes it a great value at this speed, though slower kits have more significant pricing advantages. The fastest DDR4 3600 kit we've tested, Patriot's Viper RGB DDR4 3600 kit, provides excellent value to buyers who want to go overclocking capability and show RGB LEDs. Number 7. Patriot Viper 4 DDR4 3400, 2x8GB. It may not have fancy software-controlled RGB lights, and there are faster kits on offer for higher prices, as well as budget-priced kits that cost less. But for many who don't want or need their memory to glow like a rainbow, Patriot's Viper 4 DDR4 3400 C16 16GB, PV400 and 16G340 C6K, sits in a sweet spot of price and performance. The kit includes two 8GB modules rated with XMP values of DDR4 3400 CAS 16, 18, 1836. Those last three numbers aren't great, but DDR3 lovers must remember that 16 cycles at 3400 MHz data rate have the same latency time as 8 cycles at 1700 MHz data rate. So this kit is an excellent DRAM overclocking value while also providing some stylish red heat sinks to make sure your memory looks good enough to show off in your windowed case.